Live from the heart of America, I'm Steve Gruber, ready to deliver an inclusive, diverse discussion on the most important topics impacting you today, giving you better analysis than anyone else. I am your humble correspondent here, flushing the cockroaches out of the swamp. Here are three big things you need to know to start your day today. Number one, Chicago is paying a very high price for the soft-on-crime policies that the incoming mayor seems to think are in short supply. We need more of it, not less. Number two, in Washington state, middle school kids and teachers caught on tape in a licking game during a prep rally. Yeah, these folks are so over the line, they don't even know it. It's quite something. And number three, an IRS whistleblower says Hunter Biden has been protected for political reasons. And that's why the case that was first opened in 2018 has been stalled and gone nowhere so far. Politics. It was a stunning revelation outlined in a letter from Washington, D.C. Attorney Mark Lytle to the House of Representatives and the United States Senate, and that his client, now protected under whistleblower statutes, would like to make all of his disclosures directly to Congress. Broken by John Solomon in Just the News. It's huge because it's been picked up by others. I'll get to that in a moment. In fact, Lytle says his client has already begun the process of making legally protected statements to the IRS, and it will lead to many more disclosures in the days to come. Lytle says his client, which he refuses to name because he'll remain anonymous, has information that a key investigator failed to mitigate clear conflicts of interest and allegedly allowed preferential treatment of the first son, as the whole investigation into Hunter Biden was infected with political decisions and were at odds with protocols normally followed by law enforcement professionals. If the subject was not connected politically to the President of the United States. The whistleblower, according to John Solomon, is a decorated supervisory IRS agent that has reported to the Justice Department's top watchdog that federal prosecutors appointed by Joe Biden have engaged in preferential treatment and politics to block criminal tax charges against presidential son Hunter Biden, providing evidence as a whistleblower that conflicts with Attorney General Merrick Garland's recent testimony to Congress that the decision to bring charges against Biden was being left to the Trump-appointed U.S. Attorney for Delaware. It brings into question the entire matter of integrity and independence of the Department of Justice under the leadership of Merrick Garland. But let's not state that the whistleblower disclosures are related to Hunter Biden. However, Just the News independently confirmed the agent's allegations involve the Hunter Biden probe being led by Delaware U.S. Attorney David Weiss, a Trump holdover, according to multiple interviews with people directly familiar with the matter. In a letter Wednesday to Republicans and Democrats overseeing multiple oversight committees in Congress, Lytle wrote the following, and I quote, "The protected disclosures contradict sworn testimony to Congress by a senior political appointee. 2, involve failure to mitigate clear conflicts of interest in the ultimate disposition of the case. And 3, detail examples of preferential treatment in politics improperly infecting decisions and protocols that would normally be followed by career law enforcement professionals in similar circumstances if the subjects were not politically connected." Which brings me to last month and Merrick Garland getting taken apart during a Senate committee hearing. Chuck Grassley confronts Merrick Garland about the special treatment for Hunter Biden. Listen to this.
In April 2022, you testified to Senator Hagerty that the Hunter Biden investigation was insulated from political interference because it was assigned to, as you just now told me, to the Delaware Attorney's Office. However, that could be misleading because without special counsel authority, he could need permission of another U.S. attorney in certain circumstances to bring charges outside the District of Delaware. I'd like clarification from you with respect to these concerns.
The U.S. Attorney in Delaware has been advised that he has full authority to make those kind of referrals that you're talking about, or to bring cases in other jurisdictions if he feels it's necessary. And I will assure that if he does, he will be able to do that.
Does the Delaware U.S. Attorney lack independent charging authority over certain criminal allegations against the president's son outside of the District of Delaware?
He would have to bring, if it's in another district, he would have to bring the case in another district. But as I said, I have promised to ensure that he's able to carry out his investigation and that he be able to run it. And if he needs to bring it in another jurisdiction, he will have full authority to do that.
Yeah. Senator Grassley put Garland on the spot on specific charging questions and called into question last month the independence of the Hunter Biden investigation. That's what he did. A good thing he did. Listen to this.
And that is exactly what I promised to do here already. That if he needs to bring a case in another jurisdiction, he will have my full authority to do that.
Has the Delaware U.S. Attorney sought permission from permission of another U.S. Attorney's office, such as in the District of Columbia or in California, to bring charges? If so, was it denied?
So I don't know the answer to that. I do, and I don't want to get into the internal elements of decision-making by the U.S. Attorney, but he has been advised that he is not to be denied anything that he needs, and if that were to happen, it should ascend through the department's ranks, and I have not heard anything from that office to suggest that they are not able to do everything that the U.S. Attorney wants to do.
Well, let me give you my view. If Weiss, the U.S. Attorney there in Delaware, must seek permission from a Biden-appointed U.S. Attorney to bring charges, then the Hunter Biden criminal investigation isn't insulated from political interference, as you've publicly proclaimed.
The political fallout is remarkable. And the remarkable thing about the earth-shattering revelations about an IRS whistleblower for once are not being buried by the mainstream corporate media. We're going to get to that in a moment because it's important. What has happened here is remarkable. The story has been broken by John Solomon, and maybe, just maybe, the big media companies are going to pick it up. CBS did. We're going to get to that after the break. We're going to share that with you. And that is a step forward. Remember, in October of 2020, all of the corporate media companies buried the Hunter Biden story, called it Russian propaganda, and all this other nonsense. 51 members of the so-called intelligence community said that it looked like Russian propaganda, the whole Hunter Biden laptop story. We know that was false. All 51 of those people did that for political reasons, not because they have anything to do with the intelligence community or care much about this country. That's a fact. That's what happened. Well, the tables have been turned now. The story has changed now. We're going to dig deep into that as we continue today. Good to have you along for the conversation. Don't forget to check out SteveGruber.com. SteveGruber.com to find out everything else that's going on. The stories that I write about, including this one. Liberty Page, read her every day to grow up big and strong. Check out SteveGruber.com. I'll be right back.